Hey, my name is Jackson Reimer, and today I want to talk a little bit about analyzing environmental variables and their correlation to sea turtle occupancy and bycatch at fishing piers. So sea turtle bycatch at fishing piers in Florida does not occur equally across Florida's Gulf Coast. As you can see, most of the sea turtle bycatch is concentrated in the northwest portion of the state, also known as the Panhandle. And again, most of this bycatch is concentrated at actually one site in northwest Florida. And so the reasons for bycatch and the reasons that sea turtles occupy fishing piers are not well understood. So at this time, I'm collecting data both in ArcGIS as well as using in-water surveys at local fishing piers. So my in-water survey technique can be summarized using this figure. I perform a single transect down the center of the pier piling from the shore to the end of the pier. And on this transect, we're solely looking for sea turtles. If we see a sea turtle, we can use a stereo video camera system to record video of that turtle, which can later be used to take a length measurement in Event Measure software. On the way back to shore, I use a sampling quadrat with a GoPro mounted to it to sample the species composition and coverage on the pier pilings. So at this time, I've had the opportunity to perform several surveys at the local pier sites. We've observed a varying degree of observations across these sites. At this time, I've observed the most turtles at Navarre Beach Pier, and they've all been green sea turtles. And I've observed no turtles at Fort Pickens Pier or St. Andrews State Park Pier. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of the behaviors we expect to observe at the piers. So this isn't shot by me, but this is from Navarre Beach Pier. This is a green sea turtle feeding on some of the organisms growing on the pier piling. Most often we observe the sea turtles resting adjacent to the pier pilings, as in this case. This is a green sea turtle at Pensacola Beach Pier. And then other times we observe them just swimming beneath the pier, as in this video from Navarre Beach Pier. So as I mentioned before, I also collected data in ArcGIS Pro, and this data is essentially the distance of each pier to the nearest seagrass bed, to the nearest artificial reef, and then to the 200-meter isobath. I did not find any significant relationship between bycatch and the distance to the 200-meter isobath or the distance to the artificial reef. But my data did suggest that there could be a relationship between green sea turtle bycatch and the distance to the nearest seagrass bed. As you can see, based on this trend line, the further from a seagrass bed a pier is, the greater likelihood there will be green sea turtle bycatch. However, this trend line is driven by an outlier, which is Navarre Beach Pier. So this data is somewhat inconclusive. We need more observations and more piers in this data set to reinforce and support to make a solid conclusion about this relationship. So in conclusion, again, sea turtle bycatch at fishing piers does not occur equally across the state of Florida. I've observed the greatest number of sea turtles and green sea turtles at Navarre Beach Pier, and that also happens to be the location with the highest amount of green sea turtle bycatch. Through continued study, we hope to better understand sea turtle usage of fishing piers, as well as factors that can contribute to bycatch. And the results of this study will be used to inform future pier management decisions, as well as pier installation projects and artificial reef projects. I would like to thank my faculty mentor, Dr. Susan Piacenza, for all of her support, as well as the National Park Service for their support. And last, I would like to thank the Office of Undergraduate Research for continuing to fund this project.